Many people don't know. Actually, the word Lolita comes from this movie. She's the ancestor of all other Lolitas we see nowadays. Lolita was reading on the lawn of the courtyard that day. This scene was taken in by Humbert, who came to rent the house. Originally, he disliked his broken and dirty room, but for some reasons, he paid the deposit immediately and stayed. It turns out that his first girlfriend is 14 years old, so he only had an obsession with minor girls in his life. After living here, Humbert's mind is full of Lolita. He often peeps at her, watch her collect the clothes, watch her play tennis, eating and so on. And Lolita seems to be a precocious girl. Maybe it's the lack of fatherhood. Lolita always does it consciously or unconsciously. Tease the man who is much older than her. Only a few days, Lolita will be sent to a summer camp by her mother. Before she left, she rushed upstairs and jumped on Humbert. She gave Humbert a goodbye kiss. This long period of kissing let Humbert fall completely. He understood that he could not live without this little girl. This woman is Lolita's mother. Charlotte fell in love with Humbert too. She plucked up the courage to show her feelings to Humbert. She hoped he can marry her, or he can get out of here, to stay with Lolita. Humbert agreed to marry Charlotte. After the marriage, he had no interest in Charlotte, so he gave Charlotte sleeping pills every night. Charlotte was so confused with Humbert's cool actions towards her. Soon after, Charlotte discovered Humbert's diary. Every word was stabbed in her heart. In grief and indignation, Charlotte rushed out of the house and was hit by a car. Humbert takes care of the house in the name of Lolita's stepfather. He picked Lolita up at the summer camp. He's hiding Charlotte's story and took Lolita on the trip. That night, they met a writer in a hotel. Lolita seemed interested in him. The lights are dim at night. Back in the room, Humbert lies next to Lolita. His heart was entangled. In the end, his dark desires over impulse. He thought it was over. But the next morning, Lolita took the initiative to stand between Humbert's legs. She took off his trousers. Then there was a small kiss between them. The relationship between them finally broke through. After that, Lolita wanted to call her mother. He knows he can't hide it. Humbert poured out the truth. Lolita cried all night. In order to relax themselves, they started a long journey across America. Along the way, they were full of passion. The trip carried Humbert's happiest time. After the trip, Humbert went back to the college to his teaching work. Lolita continued her studies at the local school. As time goes by, Lolita came to realize their relationship is abnormal. She wants more money, so she escapes from Humbert. The night after that, it's all like a deal. Their relationship has gone bad. To keep Lolita by his side, Humbert makes a request. They started a new journey. He didn't know how long they drove. Humbert felt that someone was following him all the time. They came to a motel to have a rest. Humbert went out to buy food. He heard a piece of news on the way. The writers they met before also came here to participate in the program. Everything is very clever. It's all very suspicious. When he got home, Humbert found Lolita's feet covered with mud, and she wears her lipstick as well. Obviously, while he's away, something had happened to Lolita, but he didn't know who the man was. He could only press Lolita on the bed, take her roughly, pour out all of his pent-up anger. To get rid of the nightmare, Humbert drove to his next destination overnight. More than 8 hours in the rain. He didn't expect to go to the hospital that day to find out that Lolita had been picked up. Humbert frantically searched around for Lolita, but nothing. 3 years later, Humbert got a letter from Lolita. It says that Lolita has already married, and she had a baby as well. Life for her and her husband is very difficult now. She hoped her stepfather can help them. Humbert came to Lolita's house, gently knocked on the old door. It was Lolita who opened the door for him. Once upon a time. Now she's like this. She's only 17. But she has lost the girl's vitality and enthusiasm. Lolita tells the truth. The truth is, it was the writer who took Lolita away. He's crazy about her, but she can make her own decisions. She refused and was kicked out. Then she married a poor boy. Humbert was very upset. He took out $4,000, asked her if she would like to go with him. or if she wants those money more. Lolita chose money. Look at Lolita's happy expression. He couldn't help crying. He refused Lolita's grateful touch. Then he came to the writer's residence. He shot him many times. In 1950, Humbert is in prison. At Christmas that same year, Lolita gave birth and died. The more blooming bright the flower, the more quickly it decays. This is sickening relationship shouldn't have existed from the start. A 40-years-old man and a minor who was just at the start of her puberty. It's wrong in terms of all aspects.